Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So I thought I'd do a bit of a uni series. Well, I'm not sure if it's going to be a series yet, but it's going to be a few different videos about university. So I've got my little list here of things I want to talk to you about. So I am studying law at university at the moment, so I've kind of got an insight into what it is like and what you need, what you don't need. You know, I've got lots of advice and tips to give you guys. So if you're starting uni or you're going into a second or third year and you just want some more advice, then this is the video for you. So, firstly, don't buy the books. So for law, we were literally told to buy about 1 million books. Don't do it, guys. Just don't. You don't need them because the library has about 1 million books that you can borrow. And if you can't get it from that uni library, go to a different library and get them. You don't need to buy them because you can borrow them for the whole year. There's not really a time limit. And one bit of advice I would give you is be the first one to go and get the books. So as soon as you see what books you need for your course, they'll have a reading list on your course website. And if you click on the individual modules, you'll always be able to find what books you need. So if you do want to have the books, I mean, I didn't really reference many of them. I referenced maybe 2 or 3 in terms of like what I was actually reading for my revision. Not in terms of my sources, I mean. But if you just go and be the first one to get them, even before term starts or whatever, you'll be set for the rest of the year, and that's you done. So you will be tired all of the time, and I mean all of the time. I was always such an energetic person before uni, and I was so like, let's get up in the morning, let's go do this. I was awake all day, and I got to a point where I was actually sleeping all the time. 13 hours a day I slept once. Can you imagine? And that's just not me, but uni just makes me so tired, especially in first year. I don't know whether it was just the change and the fact that I hadn't done work in so long, so God knows what it's going to be like when I go back after Corona. I'm going to be so exhausted. But just make sure you're okay with that. Like, you'll be fine. Everyone's tired. You just need to get to know coffee. Coffee's my best friend, so just get to know it. The third thing is you can have a job if you want to. I mean, I work, and I work quite a lot, and I still manage to get really, really good grades. Not to brag, I'm just saying, obviously you can still work. There's so much time. In first year, I literally spent most of my time moping about in my room, watching telly, sleeping, and you can literally, you know, I just used to pamper myself all the time. You've got so much time. I was shopping every week, you know. You can only study for so long, especially like before exam season. You've got so much time, you might as well be earning money. So another thing is, don't worry if you don't like your flatmates. You can always move. So in my first year, I was put in a flat where no one spoke English really. And for me, that was just a problem because I couldn't understand what they were saying, and they would all talk amongst each other, and I would just sort of be there like, not being able to join in. And also 2 of them were mature students, so one was 25 and one was like 22. So obviously they didn't like the same things as I did. I couldn't speak their language. It was horrible. I felt so isolated, so alone. So I just asked to move, and then they put me in a flat where I just loved my flatmates. I was completely obsessed. They are literally like a second family now. I just love them so much. And we used to do things together, like we used to go on nights out together, we just all hang out in the kitchen and talk and stuff like that. And it was like the dream uni experience that I really wanted. And I felt kind of robbed of that when I first went to uni because I just didn't have that. And I thought, I was almost too scared to ask, and I just thought I'm never gonna have that. And then I did, and it completely changed everything. So never be afraid to ask, because the people at university, the staff are so friendly, and there's always someone who wants to help you. They're paid to give you the best experience possible, and they want you to have the best experience. I found that a lot of the staff actually really cared. They would always come to my room, you know, when I moved to my new house, just knock on the door and just have a check-in and see, you know, what I was doing, bring me a chocolate bar, and it was just so nice. So thank you to those people. You're doing an amazing job. And don't worry if you're not a party person. because I'm not really a party person, and they would always take the mick, like not in a horrible way, just in a jokey way, like, oh, you're such a granny Lauren and all of this, and I'm like, yeah, I am a grandma. So I'm literally 90 at heart. I'm not joking, anyone will tell you that. I'm such a grandma. I just love a bit of knitwear, being cozy, being warm. You know, I don't want to be standing out a freezing club in the pouring down rain, you know, when it's like -2 outside in a mini dress. If you want to do that, you do you, boo, but I don't. So don't worry, because I made so many friends, and there's so many people who want to do the same things that you do. I know that's such a cliche and everyone is going to say that, but they do. I made loads of friends. I mean, I'm not a complete no party person. I do like to go out sometimes, but I found friends who would prefer to, you know, go for a drink and do things like that rather than clubbing. So there's always someone for everyone, so don't worry. Don't worry if you have a partner, because obviously I have Alex, and I personally wasn't worried, but I know a lot of people are worried about when they go to uni, like, oh, will my partner hold me back, or, you know, am I going to miss them and things. And of course I miss Alex when he's away, because obviously he's in Edinburgh most of the time. But I never even for a second thought, oh, he's going to hold me back or anything. And he didn't. Like, actually, all my flatmates loved him. And it was so much fun. Like, he'd come down and we'd all go out, and, you know, my friends would have their partners come down, and it was really fun. So don't worry about it. Like, a lot of people were like, oh, you need to be free, single and all this to go to uni. That's just not true at all. If you want to be free and single, then you do that. That's completely fine. You will meet loads of amazing people. If you do have a partner, don't worry about it. It will be completely fine, and I'm sure all your flatmates will love them, and they will love coming to visit you, and it's really nice. And, you know, nowadays we've got FaceTime and all that kind of thing. I actually see Alex quite a lot, so don't worry. You don't have to eat like shit just because you're a student. I know that's such a cliche, like all students eat a jacket potato and a pot noodle. I mean, I do love a jacket potato, but I don't eat them because I have to. I eat them because I like them. You know, I would eat homemade fresh curries and homemade meatball dishes and pasta dishes and, you know, so many different things. And a lot of my flatmates and I would go out and buy shopping together, and then if I was making just a big sort of like casserole or something, we'd just share it. And at Christmas we made the nicest Christmas dinner. It was so cute. Like, we all went shopping together to Asda and got all of our bits, and, you know, we had a full-blown roast dinner, a proper turkey dinner. It was really nice. And, like, you don't have to just eat like rubbish just because you're a student. There's so many things, there's so many recipes you can follow for cheap meals. Like, a curry is my go-to. You know, add peas, some peppers, a bit of onion. Obviously I'm a vegetarian, so I would put corn rather than chicken, but you can still make loads of nice stuff. Especially if you like cooking, it's a really good time to like explore different things, because you've got no one saying, you can't eat that, you can't make that, don't make a mess in my kitchen because it's your kitchen, you can do what you want. And probably the last thing is, truth be told, I found it really difficult to make friends in lectures. So in my law lectures there's 400 people, so there's a lot, and we literally go in, sit down, watch the lecture, and then go again. My lectures are really not interactive at all. Like, we literally sit and listen and make notes and then leave. So it was really difficult to make friends. And my tutorial group, I didn't really get on with them that well. I don't think they really liked me. I don't really like them because they just didn't really make any effort with me. And no offence to them, I'm sure they were lovely people, they just weren't my cup of tea, and that's all right. Not everyone's going to be your cup of tea. But sorry, I just keep looking at my notes. But I think, in all honesty, you just need to get involved to make loads of friends. Like, of course you'll make loads of friends in your flat. That's probably the main way I made friends. I made one friend in my lecture, Olivia, who I'm actually living with this year. She's lovely. I had a friend who came to uni with me, and then all my other friends I made from sports teams, my church, and a lot of welcome events. Actually, I made a lot of friends. Like, one of my other friends I'm living with this year, and I just think that's the main way to make friends. Like, don't just rely on lectures, and you just need to put yourself out there, jump out your comfort zone. I know it's scary, but just do it, because then you're going to have the most amazing university experience. So I hope these tips helped you. That's all for today. I will be posting some other videos, perhaps, you know, what to take to uni, uni essentials, that kind of thing, how to survive a law lecture. But I hope you really enjoyed this, and if you did, give us a like and a subscribe. Love you all.